Hi everyone, Aaron here. I wanted to talk to you today about a question that I'm asked quite often about barefoot shoes and are they beneficial or harmful. So I'm a huge proponent of barefoot myself, but it does come with a few caveats. So firstly, I thought I'd run through what is a barefoot shoe. So basically the basic version of it is that it's as close to being barefoot as possible. So it generally follows by 4 rules, which is 1, it has no heel, so it's flat along the bottom. Most shoes, even men's shoes, have a slight raise. Sports shoes definitely all have a slight raise through the heel. What that means is you've got this tilt forward through your heel, which then has effects all the way further up the chain, all the way to the top of your head. That's number 1. Number 2 is the toe box. The front of the shoe is wide in a barefoot shoe. A lot of men's fashion shoes, women's shoes, they're very pointed at the front, squeezing your toes in, allowing them no room. With a wide toe box, your toes can spread, and which comes to point number 3 is there's no gripping of your toes required, which I'll show you in a common Aussie footwear staple. We actually grip with our toes. That's number 3. Number 4 is that it's flexible. So you see with this shoe, I can fold it up, right up like that. And what that means is I'm able to get feedback from my feet through the shoe, the minimal footwear, of the surface that I'm standing on, and that gives me great feedback through the nerve mechanisms, etc., balance mechanisms of my nervous system from what I'm actually standing on. So that's a barefoot shoe in a nutshell. This is from the late, good catch, 70s, the sports shoe, the modern sports shoe. So as you can see, there's a heel on this. It's quite thicker at the back than it is at the front, which tilts it forward. Would you imagine the effect that that has on running? But we don't really think about that. Number 2, the toe box comes in like this, squeezes our toes, no ability to spread. It is absolutely not flexible at all. It's very rigid. That's very hard for me to do that. And so the gripping part also comes with the lack of toe spread. As you can see, it's a pretty manky shoe, and these days, I only reserve that for mowing the lawns. And this is an example of kind of like a barefoot shoe. It covers quite a few of the categories, except for the toe gripping. So next time you're wearing one of your flip-flops, take note of what your feet are feeling, what they feel like. Every step you take, you'll find that your toes grip onto this bit to hold the jandal, as I call it in New Zealand, on your foot. So they are closer to, they're better than this, but they're still not all the way to a barefoot. And that's still quite a thick sole, and there's even a heel on this. So, which brings me to the other point. The last point is, whatever you do, if you are going to transition into a barefoot shoe, or just spending more time barefoot, do it slowly. Don't jump in too fast, because the risk is your feet have been deprived of sensation in these shoes for so long. When you take it out of that environment, one, they're very sensitive. They will be they're not used to picking up all the information that you're walking on. All the variations in the terrain will be very dulled. But the advantages of going barefoot, therefore, is you've got greater flexibility, you've got greater receptivity of the nerves in your feet, you're going to have fewer injuries through your lower limb, lower back issues will be better, grounding, earthing, there's a lot of research on just being in contact with the ground and earth, improves your sleep, reduces pain, all sorts of wonderful research going into that these days. So please, if you are going to try the barefoot shoes, go at it slowly, transition from your normal shoes to a barefoot shoe, maybe spend half the time in each until you are fully comfortable in a barefoot shoe. And I tell you what, I'm sure if you do it, you won't turn back. So I hope that's helpful. Please send me in any questions. I'm sure there are lots, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.